Hey Chelsea, this is your penny lab instruction. Hopefully it helps you as you set up for Monday. Equipment needed, 1 hot plate. There are only 5 of them. Each group will need at least 2 pairs of these tongs. Each group will need 2 beakers half filled with water. The size of the beakers doesn't really matter. A container, which could be a beaker or an evaporating dish that looks like this, that has the solution of sodium hydroxide and zinc in it. Every student needs a penny, and every student is responsible for their part in the lab. And then you'll need some paper towels folded up to create a mat, and then an extra paper towel for drying your penny. Tell the students that the mat is to prevent tracking because the solution in this container, the sodium hydroxide, is very corrosive. And so after touching it with the tongs should be set down on the paper towel so that they don't leave tracking marks for someone to get burned with. Start by turning on the hot plate to between 5 and high, and place the container with the zinc and the sodium hydroxide solution onto the hot plate. Tell students to use the tongs with the tip bent downward. For some reason, they like to use it like this. I don't know why, but remind them to do it like this and demonstrate that it makes it easy to pick up a penny easily. So every student should take their own penny and place it in the solution. It is possible to do more than 1 penny at a time, like that. And I'm going to show you what will happen. So if you look at the pennies, you'll notice that they seem to be changing color already. I'm going to pause this and then unpause it again so you could see the progress much quicker. But tell the students it takes 1 to 5 minutes depending on how warm the solution is. So as you can see, the pennies are taking on a silver color. I don't tell the students what exactly is happening, and in fact, when I do the demo for them, I go through the motions, but I don't allow enough time for any changes to occur. But I'm just letting you know what to expect once the students do the lab themselves. Awesome, so you could see that the pennies are practically silver. They're actually coated in zinc metal, so if you scratch off this zinc layer, the copper will appear once again. Awesome, so now it's time to take the penny out of the solution and rinse it in one of the beakers of water. I recommend that the students swirl the pennies in the water instead of just dropping it in, just to make it easier to retrieve. And then gently dry the penny using paper towel. And as you can see, it still has that silver color. For the next step, you place it directly on the hot plate until another change occurs. When I'm demonstrating, like I said, I don't let the penny get coated with zinc, and I don't actually show them the final result, but this is obviously for your purposes. So hang on a sec. Let's go ahead and place that here, and then do. So the change happens within a few seconds. It's really cool. Now initially you might think that it looks the same as the penny was at the beginning, but I'll show you that it's not. So this last step, once the penny has changed completely, pick up the penny using the tongs and then rinse it in the second beaker of water. You should have heard that fizz because of how hot the penny was. And then dry it again. On a paper towel. And I like to show all three examples of the pennies. So this is what the penny looks like right now. We've turned it into brass. And I'll place it on the hot plate along with a regular penny so you could see all three of them. There you go. So in terms of cleanup, students have to take the container off the hot plate. If you don't want them to do that, then just have them turn it off and unplug the hot plate. They should pour away all their water, their rinse water, and then wipe down the tabletop and rinse the tong tips. And of course, throw away all their paper towels. So there you have it, the Gold Penny Lab.